Hello everyone, this class is based on basic knowledge on circles class 9. What it means and what are the different terms related with the circle. Now there are different definitions related to circle. Like you can see, this is a two-dimensional closed curve with no straight edges. So let us try to understand circle with these definitions. Now the first one says collection of all those points P in a plane, each of which is at constant distance. This is important, constant distance from a fixed point. There is a fixed point in that plane. Let us consider a fixed point on a plane. This is our point number 1, which is fixed, and there we have so many points. Point number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these points are at a fixed distance. The distance is same from the fixed point. So what is the distance? This length is the distance. Okay, so what is the distance of the next point? Point number 8 is again at the fixed distance, the same distance as point number 7 was from 1. Okay, so we can see that all these points maintains a fixed distance from the fixed point, point number 1, and thus forms a collection of points. So collection of all those points on a plane, each of which is at a fixed distance from the center, okay, forms a circle. According to the second definition, we have a circle is the path, it's a path of a point. That means a point is moving, which moves in a plane so that it remains at a constant distance. So you see that constant distance is important from a fixed point in the plane. We have 2 points on this plane. One is fixed, the black one, and the other one, the green one, is a moving point. Now, as the moving point moves along a particular path, maintaining a constant distance from the fixed point, so the path traced by this moving point around that fixed point is known as a circle. The fixed point is known as center, and the path traced by the moving point is called the circle, and the fixed distance from the fixed point is known as the radius of the circle. Now let us see some different terms related to a circle. First one is a chord. Now what is a chord? The chord of a circle is a line segment joining any 2 points on the circle. Then diameter, it is a line joining any 2 points on the circle, so it's the same thing like a chord, but passing through the center. So the diameter passes through the center, and it is the longest chord of a circle. So any line segment that joins 2 points on the circle, here we have C and D, is known as a chord. So CD is the chord here, the diameter is also a chord because it also joins the 2 points on a circle, but those 2 points are exactly at the opposite of each other. So EF is the diameter, and we can see that EF is 2 times the radius AB. So as we turn the diameter EF, AE is equal to the radius, and when we turn it to the other side, AF is also equal to the radius. So the length of the diameter is 2 times the radius, and the diameter also passes through the center. Now the longest chord that we can have in a circle is the diameter. As we move away from the diameter, the length of the chord goes on decreasing. The next one is secant, a line which needs circle in 2 points. Okay, so the important part is it meets the circle. A line segment that meets the circle at any 2 points. In this case we have GH, and that line segment is known as secant. So we can clearly see that GH is a line segment that meets the circle at those 2 points, and this is known as the secant. Now what happens when we have a line segment that meets the circle at only 1 point? Here we can see the line segment colored in green touches the circle or meets the circle at only 1 point I. So such line segments are known as tangents to the circle. So in this figure we can see the radius AB, the chord CD, the diameter EF, the secant GH, and the tangent meeting the circle at I. The next one is arc. Now what is an arc? Denoted by a symbol like this, okay, and a part of a circle. So it's a collection of continuous points on the circle. So it's a part of the circle. It's called an arc. Now there are 2 types of arc. We have minor arc, we have major arc, and there is semicircle. So there are 3 types of arcs. Let us consider the 2 points A and B, which forms a part of the circle, and it is known as the arc of a circle. Now as we move the point B, you can clearly see the arc length goes on increasing. So if it is less than 1/2 of the circle, it is known as minor arc, and the other half, that is more than 1/2 of the circle, is called the major arc. So this is the major arc, the minor arc, and the major arc. Both these arcs complement each other to form a whole circle. So if we increase the minor arc, and when it is equal to half of the circular arc, then it is known as a semicircular arc. Thus the arc length from A to C is the semicircular arc of the circle. We have already seen semicircle, that's 1/2 of whole arc of a circle. Then circumference, it means the whole arc of the circle, the complete length of the arc of a circle. The circumference is the whole arc of the circle. shown in dark black here. Now as we open up the circumference, we can see it is the line segment that forms the outer perimeter of the circle. And the circumference is given by 2 pi r, where pi stands for a constant and r is the radius of the circle.
The next one is a sector. The plane is a region enclosed by an arc and the two bounding radii of a circle is called a sector. Now there are two types of sectors again, minor sector and major sector.
When we consider minor arc AXB, then the corresponding sector is the plane region enclosed by the arc and the two bounding radii of the circle. And when we consider the major arc, then the corresponding sector is the major sector, again given by the arc and the two bounding radii. So the plane region enclosed by the arc and the two radii is known as the major sector. So we have the major sector and then the minor sector complementing each other to the whole area of the circle.
Then we have segment of a circle, the parts of circular region. So it's a circular region divided by a chord. So we have two regions divided. The smaller one is a minor segment and the larger one is a major segment.
The chord AB divides the circular region into two parts, the minor segment and the major segment. The area enclosed by the chord and the minor arc is known as the minor segment, and the area enclosed by the chord and the major arc is known as the major segment. Now again, major segment and the minor segment both complements each other to form the whole circular area.
The next one is just a concept about angles. So angle subtended by an arc and angle subtended by a chord. Angle made by the two bounding radii of an arc at the center is known as the angle subtended by an arc, and the angle subtended by the chord is same as the angle subtended by the arc made by that chord.
The angle subtended by an arc is the angle made by the two bounding radii of the arc. The angle subtended by a chord is also the same angle made by the two bounding radii.
Now what are concentric circles? It means when we have two or more than two circles which have same center but different radii, they are concentric circles.
Here we can see four circles concentric with the same center. The outermost circle, the green circle, the yellow one, and the innermost circle, all having the same center. In this animation, we can see a beautiful illusion effect of concentric circles.
When we have two or more circles whose radius are equal, they are known as congruent circles or equal circles. That means if you superimpose one circle onto another, they completely cover the other circle. So they have the same radius.
In this figure, we have two congruent circles or equal circles. Now, when we have two equal circles, their radius are equal. So that is the radius for the first one, which is exactly same as the radius of the second one. That's all in this section of terms related to a circle.